Are you guys tired of looking at all these idle strats that cost 100, 200 divine? Well, today I'm going to show you the Delirium strat. So, super easy. All of these idols are really cheap. I think I paid between 30C and 50C each. I am running the shore map, and we're going to be running 100% delirious maps. I'm using Fine Delirium Orbs, and the reason we use that is because they can drop the darker half divination card, which is giving you 5 Eldritch Chaos Orbs, and you can just sell those for extra currency. This strat is super OP if you have a good build that can actually run it. You don't have to run T16s as far as I'm aware. I'm just running T16 rare maps because that's what my build can handle. And for the Scarabs, we are running 2 different types of Delirium Scarabs. So it'll be Delirium Scarab of Mania and Delirium Scarab of Paranoia. And we run 3 Paranoias costing 12C. And for the other one, the Manias, we run 2 of these, and that costs us 2C, so super cheap on the Scarabs. And the Deli Orbs themselves, what was that, like 40C, something like that, 40, 50C. So super cheap strategy once you have all your idols. And what you want on the idols are delirious monsters killed in your maps, provide however much % increased reward progress. Super easy to get. They're only the 1x1 minor idols, so you can get them yourself, you can buy them super cheap. You don't always have to get the highest roll, so the highest roll is 20%. I've just been getting minimum 18s or whatever else I can find. And in total, all we really care about is delirious monsters killed in your maps provide. So I have 547% increased reward progress, which just makes loot explosions as soon as you start the map and so on and so forth. And then we'll just add breach to it just so we get more packs of monsters to kill for more reward. Also Searing Exarch, that's what I've been doing. See if there's any bad mods. No, looks good. And we are good to go. So, using this strategy, I've farmed up my own mageblood. I got my Indigon for mana forged arrows, mana stacking, all that. So that's the build I'm playing, and we'll get right to it. Yeah, see how it goes. Honestly, it feels really good having giant loot explosions right at the start of your mapping. Sometimes you hit multiple divines and div cards, sometimes you don't, so you definitely have to run a decent amount of maps to see the highs and lows, kind of, but on average I'll say I get a div every map, and that's about 1/3 of what I'm paying per map, so self-sustains mostly just in the Chaos Orbs dropping right here. Not to mention all the other Scarabs and stuff I'll get. So yeah, once again, you don't really need to do 100% delirious. Obviously, you're going to get less rewards. Nor do you need to do T16s. But yeah, this is what I've been doing over the last 2 days, and in 2 days I farmed up a mageblood, so I really can't complain. But before then, so if you're wondering how to get some money for this strategy, I was doing what would you call it, a destructive play with dropping Conqueror's maps. So I would just run the bosses, drop Conqueror's maps, get Maven chisels, all that kind of stuff, just sell it. And then that's how I farmed up enough money for my Indigon originally. And then I swapped to different strategies. I really didn't like them because they all costed too much. So I eventually thought about trying Deli. It turns out this build can do 100% Deli pretty easily. So I ended up stacking into Deli with my idols, and it's been really well. See, once again, it also drops cluster jewels that you could sell. Not to mention the deli bosses can drop unique jewels that I've been selling as well. So some of them sell for, you know, 40, 60, 80 C. Yeah, let's see if we can get some good drops here. So we're adding on a bunch of extra tiles too with 2 of these scarabs that we're using. So depending on what that rolls, you can get upwards of, you know, 6 or 7 currency tiles or whatever else, maybe some scarab tiles. You can get super lucky getting the high price scarabs. Also, if you don't have a good computer, this will definitely put it to the test. Seems like I'm lagging a little bit right now, but yeah, it's overall not too bad. So for now, it seems like we're not really getting lucky, but even with all just the chaos drops and random currency, the maps do sustain themselves. Like on the low end, you're still pulling out, I'd say like 30 chaos at least. And if the map's costing me 50, then, you know, it's not bad. And then the good drops just make up for everything in between. I haven't really been selling the small currencies like the jewelers and chromatics and stuff like that, but once we get back to my hideout, I can show you that. I have multiple thousands of each bubblegum currency. And yeah, right now this is basically the strat. You can see all my reward tiles down there, and definitely get a lot of drops, especially at the start there. And throughout the maps, I maybe get upwards of 22, 23 on the rewards themselves, so. Yeah, see, we're just popping these breaches. They're just adding on some extra mobs. Some of these minor idols that we get here, they can go for a div if you get like singular focus at the current price. Just exalted orbs, divine orbs, darker halves. And yeah, everything you would get for regular mapping as well. I'm sure there's other ways to actually juice this up further, but this is what I've just been doing. It's super cheap, I think. Overall, maybe my my idols were what, 5 div or something like that. So while it's not super early game, it is realistic rather than say like the strongbox strategy where you need like 200-300 div into it just to get going, plus expensive scarabs. What else did I try? I've tried the Titanic Rogues. Even though this build can do it, the idols are just way too expensive. I can get the GG idols that are, you know, friggin' 50 div a piece or something like that just for 100 div a piece. It's just too much. Like, those strategies are better than this, but this is just consistent low investment, you know, if you want a bunch of crafting currency or whatever, then this strategy is definitely for you. I've had no problem just blasting map after map with this, you know, getting lucky with certain drops. Like some maps I'll get 3 div plus 2 darker half cards. It also drops synthesized gear. So say you drop, you know, percent dex, amulet, belt, whatever, that always has a chance of dropping. Yeah, and you could run these faster. So what I was thinking actually is just run these at the start, you know, get up to maybe like 15 to 17 or something like that. Blast a new map, see if you get lucky, because you could cut the time in half basically. Instead of running, you know, until you're at 22, 23 on the reward tiles, you could just blast more maps. have more of a chance of getting better drops. But yeah, I've just been, you know, I've been enjoying this. So after this one, I'll show you what my currency tab's looking like, and just some other drops that I'd be getting. They definitely add up, and yeah, it's not as hard as, so like I've tried the Titanic Exiles, and this is nowhere near as hard as that. Like I know they can drop way more, and strong boxes as well, you know, that's like kind of like a jackpot strategy. If you're doing strong boxes, then you're looking for those div cards or rare scarabs and stuff like that. But then again, you can have a huge drill with that. Alright, so I got the 23 reward tiles, and we will end it there. I've picked up everything. So I have a uber strict filter on right now. Obviously you can see there's way more that I could be picking up, but yeah, I just have that all filtered out. Alright, so I'm not actually tracking on how much I'm getting right now, but you can see we got 29 chaos, a bunch of other things, a bunch of simulacrum splinters and exalted, so on and so forth. So I'll just deposit that real quick. And yeah, you can see 1,000 chisels, 3,000 alchemies. So you're never going to run out of things for your, you know, increasing your map quality and whatnot. Look at all my Orb of Regrets. Like, this strategy is really good for that. So I am kind of poor. I got 7 divines after spending 100 and, well, it was 110 on this mageblood that I bought yesterday. Let me get the rest of this dumped. And then yeah, you farm up a lot of simulacrums, so if your build can run simulacrums too, then you can just do that. A bunch of incubators that I've just been hoarding from this strategy. Yeah, check out my sell tab here. So we get a bunch of these simulacrum small cluster jewels, a decent amount of chaos there. And then yeah, synthesized gear, whatnot. So yeah, definitely a good strategy. I'll run one more just to show you guys another look at this. And where is it? Shore. I've been running Shore because it's a very open map, so it's easier to do the breaches. And we will buy some more scarabs. So once again, let's type in Delhi. We'll get some manias. We just need 2 of those. That costs 2C, super cheap. And then 3 paranoias for the extra reward tiles, and that's 12C. So 14C for the scarabs, super cheap. And the Delirium Orbs, what are these again? 5 of them, bam. So 45. They're up a little bit right now, but overall, what, less than 60C for a map or something like that. So doesn't take much investment. You get your money right back. And here we go again. Check out the mods, nothing crazy. Make sure breach is on, right tab, all good to go. Alrighty. And then when the loot hits, it hits. It's awesome. And we got a deli boss right at the start. Alright, let's see. There we go. A little bit of lag there. So we got a darker half right there. Each one of those is, what, like 40C right now. So that just paid for the map. And not to mention, you're getting idols for killing all the simulacrum bosses and whatnot. Yeah, not every map is going to be, you know, crazy multiple divines, but you can at least feel good that you're making your money back every map. And you could be doing the altars too. I don't really care about the altars. They're just, if I need a little bit of extra reward, I'll do that. Yeah, if you find yourself needing a little bit extra reward, you could do, like say you have June or you have Blight or anything like that. That spawns more monsters. You can get some from there. And there we go, another unique cluster jewel. You get a ton of simulacrum splinters too. I know they're really cheap, but it also does add up. Each simulacrum one is like 30, 40 C or something last I checked. So for right now, I don't really have any other plans of switching to a different strategy with idols. They just, for me, they mostly take too long to buy, especially because I spent a decent while getting these Delirium ones. Even though they're cheap, you'll message someone and then right away they'll just list it for 20, 30, 40 C more, trying to squeeze every last little bit. And when you have to message, you know, 30 plus people, it definitely takes a little while. But other than that, yeah. If you just want like a Alk and go kind of strategy, no real setup, no re-rolling strong boxes, no running into something that's, you know, unkillable, just crazy. You need a mirror to build to kill the rogues, or you know, or having an aura bot or something. Then this is definitely a strategy for late game farming that's consistent but also still achievable. And the maps sustain themselves, so you don't have to buy any new ones. At least I have all my favorited maps as Shore, so yeah. You also get the breach bosses here. And there's a crap ton of splinters on the ground as well. But I don't pick them up. I'm looking for the oop. And we ran out of mana, so I ended up dying there. Got stuck. Is what it is. Oh yeah, all that loot there. Beautiful. Yeah, if you really wanted to, you can run these, you know, take 5 minutes running it, or less than that, and just keep blasting them out. If you're curious what character I'm playing, it's mana forge arrows, mana stacking, you know, all that goodness. I'm sure you could find a guide on it. I can link my character down below if you're curious. Too much loot, I can't even loot it. I gotta keep resetting my filter. Yeah, see, if I hold alt, you can see all the extra splinters and whatnot, but I'm not looking for any of that stuff. And yeah, 21 reward tiles. I'll call that there. But this is the gist of my strategy I've been doing. Obviously, some maps are better than others, so temper your expectations. But you'll never go broke with this strategy, and all of the loot dropping does feel good compared to what I was doing before, like Titanic Rogue Exiles. That, you know, even though I didn't have the however many, 200 divs worth of idols, I feel like I should have been getting something, but it would just drop a whole lot of nothing, or like 30 uniques from one exile or something, and it would all just be garbage. So didn't really feel like it was worth my time. Maybe I didn't invest enough, obviously, into that, but yeah, cannot complain with this one. So yeah, you get definitely a bunch of those Eldritch Chaos Orbs ones. So this is what you're mainly looking for, other than the raw divs. You'll get Darker Halves, and you get 5 Eldritch Chaos Orbs right now. So let's trade those in real quick. Boom, 10 of those right there, and we could see how much these are going for. So right now, I could sell them for, 44 a piece, 45, whatever. So let's do 44 for one. Bam, bam, bam. Easy as pie. So with those drops and the raw divs that you'll get, it'll easily sustain, and I cannot complain. Exactly. Once again, you get small cluster jewels. So this one right here, it's worth 45 chaos. You'll just get that as an added bonus from time to time. Not to mention all the other uniques and whatever else. But this is strategy. I just want to make this because it's super easy, and I was discouraged with other idle strategies, and yeah, kind of pissed me off how much you had to invest into those to actually get something out of it. Super cheap on Scarabs, super cheap on idols. You do need like a decent character, because, well, at least to do the 100% Delirium. I'm sure you can drop the map tier down if that's a problem. I haven't tried it because there's no need for me. But yeah, the loot comes from the reward tiles themselves, so the currency reward tiles. You could also swap the strategy for Scarabs if you wanted to gamble a little bit. You could use the skittering Delirium Orbs and toss those on. Try and get the good Delirium Orbs. But super simple strat, once again. This video is just off the top of my head, so increase that reward progress and you shall be rewarded. Obviously, I didn't get too much in terms of loot, but it works. So try it out, and that's all for now. Thank you for watching, and yeah, that's it.